Hey Beauty Chameleons, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be playing with some Sugarpill Cosmetics today. We're going to be doing a kind of a dramatic eye using some purples and reds and golds. And we're going to keep the lip and cheek area a little bit more toned down. But if you'd like to know how I created this almost looking Arabic look, stay tuned and keep on watching. Alright, let's get started. I've already primed my eyelid, and the primer I used for today is my Urban Decay Primer Potion All Over. And we're going to begin with our very first color. We're going to start working in the crease area of the eye first. The very first shadow we'll be using is from the Sugarpill Cosmetics, and it's from their Burning Heart Quad. And the shade we will be using is the Poison Plum. Grab your shader brush, and the shader brush I'm using is the E55 from Sigma. And I'm just going to grab a bit amount of the product onto the brush. And we're going to begin to outline the crease area using patting motions. So just begin to pat the color on the eye area, moving your way out on the outer corner of the eye, and then move your way inward using the tip of the brush. Continue using the tip of the brush to draw out that crease just a little bit, and we're really going to stay in the innermost portion of the crease. We're not going to bring that color too far up. Once we have the color kind of outlined in the crease, I'm going to switch brushes, and we're going to keep working with that Poison Plum. And I'm using my Sigma E30 brush, and this is the pencil brush. I'm going to grab a bit more of Poison Plum, and we're going to work it in the inner corner of the eye, like right here, and blend it inward. And then we're going to move our way along the crease area of our eye and apply more of the Poison Plum. Excuse me, can't talk. Now that we have Poison Plum on, the next shadow we're going to use to create this warming effect into the crease, we're going to play with the Flame Point, which is the orange shadow here. And I'm going to be using my MAC, and this is the 217 blending brush. This brush applies a softer amount of the shadow, but we're going to begin working our way from the outer corner, patting, and we're going to pat kind of over the purple and slightly away from the purple, and we're going to start blending the color back and forth. Tap off some of the color off your brush and just continue to blend the color upward. We really want this to be a soft gradient blending of this orange to warm up the crease. So don't forget to blend in the inner corner of the eye, and then blend outward, and then softly blend that color up. You see how some of the shadows are beginning to blend out and become more saturated? That's what you want to do with this. Okay, now that we have that done, the next shade we're going to work with is Love Plus, and it's a matte red. Love this matte red. I'm going to take, again, the MAC 217 and just tap a little bit of the color on, and we're going to tap right above the purples just ever so lightly just to warm it up. Now we're going to darken up the outer corner of the eye area, and we're going to be using one of Sugarpill's pressed shadows, and this is called Bulletproof. This is an awesome matte black, another one of my favorite matte blacks. I'm going to take the same 217 brush and take a little bit of Bulletproof and tap, 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 and we're going to start tapping that in the outer corner of the eye. And we're just going to be using this to blend out the outer corners to get a little bit more depth. Just in this outer section here. Now we're going to take the same black shadow in Bulletproof, and I'm going to be using my Sigma E05 brush, and this is a eyeliner brush. I'm going to be using it dry, but I'm going to line the lower lash line with the black first, and that's with Bulletproof. I'm just going to take a little bit and just wiggle it along the lash line really close and tight. And then don't forget to connect on top, and I'm just going to drag it and wiggle it in between each lash. Then I'm going to go back and grab the Poison Plum with the same brush, and we're going to also line the inner corner of the eye. We're also going to move our way out just to create a little pop along the lower lash line. If you like, you can go back with the same eyeliner brush and kind of intensify the inner corner of the eye with the Poison Plum. And then to warm it up a little bit, I'm going to take a little bit more of Red Plus or Love Plus, And just to warm it up a little bit more, I'm going to be taking a little bit more of Love Plus with the eyeliner brush again. And I'm simply going to apply just a little bit on the outer corner of the eye. So now we have our eye shape created. The next thing before I start doing anything else, I'm going to actually just take a semi-satin shadow. This is Orb by MAC. And I'm going to take my Sigma angled brush, and this is the E70. And I'm going to take a little bit, and we're going to highlight the brow area of our eye. And I'm just going to start at the peak of the brow, and then move my way downward by turning the brush, just to soften up any harsh edges. And also don't forget to work in the middle of the eye, or the inner corner of the eye, right in this area, and blend out with that same shadow. And again, that shadow is called Orb. Now if you want to warm it up a little bit, sometimes when we work with shadows and soften out, we soften out too much of the intensity on the upper portion of a crease. So I'm just going to take my MAC 217 brush, tap just a little bit more of Flame Point, and I'm just going to just re-intensify that warmth back in the crease just ever so lightly. Okay, and then now we have the crease area done. Now we're going to get ready to add that fun dazzle of gold on the lid. I'm using Sugarpill, and this is their loose pigment, and it's called Goldilux. And let me tell you guys, this is just gorgeous. You guys will want to have this in your makeup collection. I will be using to apply it on. This is my Sigma shader brush again. This is the E55. Take a little bit out of the lid. It's recommended, because this is very intense, you guys. Tap off some of the excess, and all I'm going to do is pat it toward the center portion of my eyelid, just like this. You see how intense this color is? I love it. If you have any mixing medium, or your sugar base, or I'm thinking the LA Splash eyeshadow base, you want to make it pop even more, you could definitely do that, but I don't think it needs anything else to make the shadow pop. This is freaking awesome. Once you have that applied on, look at that. What I recommend doing is grabbing, going back into the quad and using a little bit more of Poison Plum on a pencil brush, and just to get the color to blend from the inner corner, and then also blend it out in the outer corner with the Poison Plum, and then also go back and kind of redefine your crease with Poison Plum. You can use a pencil brush just to lightly swipe it through. Now to finish off this look, I am going to line my lash line, and I'm going to be breaking out my Revlon Color Stay liquid pen. After I line my upper lash line, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Zero liner in Zero. Otherwise, you can opt to use another favorite liner for the interim for me is the Stila Kajal liner in Onyx. That's another great color you can use to line. It's very soft and rich. I'm going to go ahead and line my waterline. And make sure you get in between every little lash, because you really want it dark at the lash line. Now to create the points here, and maybe an extended point here, I'm going to be using my Buxom Lash Liner in Leatherette. And I'm going to be using Sigma's Professional brush. This is the small eyeliner brush, the E10. I like this brush because you can get a little bit more precise line, very soft and skinny with this particular brush. And what I'm going to do is first line my inner corner of my eye, because you guys already know that the liquid liner just kills my inner lash line. And then I'm going to extend that line out. Like that. And then I'm also going to bring that line back in. So I'm going to line Okay, once you have your lash line, you're pretty much completed the look. The only thing I'm going to do now is add my false lashes, and I'm going to be using some new lashes I picked up from Red Cherry. These are the number 107s. These are very kind of thick at the lash line, which I like this because it helps camouflage the lash line, and they're nice and fluffy on top. So that's what I have on this lash, and once I come back, I'll show you what I did to the rest of my face. Alright, now welcome back. Got the lashes on, and I'm going to show you what I did to the remainder of the look. I've already went in and bronzed my cheeks using my favorite, and this will probably be my April favorites, but my NARS Casino bronzer. For my cheek on this side, I decided to keep down here a little bit more understated because the eyes are very dramatic. So I did the bronzer, and I decided to break out my Cargo Cosmetics has this wonderful beach blush, and it's called Coral Beach. And I've had this for, you don't want to know how long I've had this, but I had this for a long time, and I truly love this when you want to add a nice multifaceted peachy glow to your cheek. So all I did is took all the colors and swirled them together, and I applied it to my cheek area just to get a nice, beautiful, beachy glow to my cheeks. And I'll pick up some of the peaches and oranges off of this bronzer blush. But that's what I did to my cheek. If you like, you can also add a little bit of these two warm tones into the brow, or excuse me, the temple area of the face, and then just keep it along the cheek area. And for my lips, I also decided just to keep it simple since the eyes are very in your face. I decided to use my NYX, and this is one of their, they call it the Goddess of the Night lip glosses with Mega Shine, and the name of the color is called, there's no color name, oh yes it is, it's called Crystal Red. So I'm just going to use a little bit. I don't want to do anything crazy. But just add just a little bit of color. And I know I'm going to get you guys asking me, or you're going to be asking me, what is the name of the nail polish that you have on your nails? And I picked up some of Orly's newest nail polish, and the name of this color is called Gumdrop. But it's a pretty pale, I don't know what you want to call it, pale green. It reminds me like Easter colors, but it's kind of a nice pastel color. I think it's really cute. I'm going to add it to my toenails too, but it's called Gumdrop, and you can find Orly at your local Sally Beauty Supply, and I'll definitely list that in my blog for where you can find Sally Beauty Supply if it's not close to you. But if you like a rundown list of everything I used in this tutorial, definitely click the link in the information box below, and at my blog I'll have everything I use along with links on where to find everything if you don't live close to the stores to purchase. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial using Sugarpill. I know I sure enjoyed playing with the colors. And if you have any questions or anything, you know you can leave your comments below or leave comments on Facebook or my blog. But until the next video, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.